All right, I think we are officially live here. If not, we will be in a second. As I try to figure out everything that's going on my screen, man. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Got that good. Yo, what's good, everybody? We got people in the chat yet, man? Do we got people in the chat? It's not. Hey, there we go, man. I think we are officially streaming now. I see the little green starting thing over on YouTube there. Gonna wait for people to get in here, and then we will explain exactly what's going on with this new thing we got going here. All right, we're almost ready, man. Okay. I think we are officially live now, guys. First edition of the Breaking the NBA podcast. What exactly is Breaking the NBA podcast going to be, guys? Well, as you can see, it's going to be an NBA news thing. I know a lot of you guys missed the series of Breaking the NBA News Alert. I stopped doing that just for reasons that are, I don't know. I don't really got any great reasons for doing it. But no, I posted a video of me talking yesterday about Kyrie Irving and the Boston Celtics, and I had quite a few people reach out to me and say that they would really like me to do a podcast type of thing. So I thought it would be really fun. Basically, how I want to handle this is it's not going to be a ton of visuals because I want this to be something that people can just kind of kick back and listen to and just chill and, do what you want to do out there. And also, but there's going to be a few visuals out there. Like at times I'm going to go on NBA 2K19 to look at stats and things like that. But yeah, man, so I have some different topics laid out on, well, it's not on the screen yet, but, it will be. But yeah, man, so let's kind of bear with me. This is my first time doing something like this. Hope you guys enjoy it. As always, man, if you guys do me a quick favor and drop a like on the video, on the podcast, on the stream, whatever it is to you right now, it definitely helps out a ton. So yes, the first thing we are going to be looking at today is I came across an article talking about some NBA trades that could happen this offseason, guys. Basically trades that could go down to go out and get superstar players. So we are going to talk about each individual trade itself. And as always, I want your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section and of the chat about the trades that we are going to be seeing here. So yes, I have an article that I'm going to be reading titled Trades to Land the NBA's Top Superstars, Their Ideal Sidekicks. So the first trade that is being listed for me here. You guys let me know if this is a W trade or an L, okay? We have Kyrie Irving gets to play with Anthony Davis. So, here's the big kick. Is it going to be Kyrie going to the Pelicans? Or is it going to be Anthony Davis going to the Celtics? I think it would be Anthony Davis going to the Celtics more so than anything. Yo, we have a $2 donation from Malachi the GOAT. He says Rockets will beat the Warriors. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit, but honestly speaking, and for some reason, it only updated on one side here. So, okay, it was a super chat. I have super chats that you can donate to, or you can use the stream in the description, and that's another way to donate. So, there is a difference, actually. I was a little confused about it myself. But the first trade we have here is the Boston Celtics receive Anthony Davis. And the New Orleans Pelicans, or New Orleans, how do you say that? Is it Orleans or Orleans? I always said New Orleans. No, New Orleans. I don't know. I think I say it both ways. I took speech classes as a child, so you can't yell at me for not being able to talk right because that's happened to me many times before. I still remember my speech teacher. She would say, Crispy. My name was, Craig. Craig with the K, by the way. Craig, come stand on the button. I think this might be, subconsciously how we came up with the term bitch ass. And she was like, Craig, come stand on the button and say la 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 la. And I was so embarrassed to do it. And it was just some old ass lady just really ticking me off. Come say la 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 la. And I was like, I don't want to do it. And then I stopped going to speech classes. And now I have issues talking. But I think I do okay. So New Orleans Pelicans would be receiving in this trade, based off of what I'm reading here, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, Boston's 2019 first-round pick, Memphis's 2019 first-round pick, top 8 protection, a top 6 protection in 2020, and an unprotected in 2021, man. This is the trade being listed here. I am actually currently on Bleacher Report looking at this. It's by Dan Faval. I don't think Danny Boy here realizes that Anthony Davis only has 1 year left on his contract. How in God's name can you even think to give up that much to get Anthony Davis 1 year ahead of time? It literally makes no sense whatsoever to me. I don't know. I saw that and I saw this when I was like, what is going on? Like, I would say to get Anthony Davis a year early now, because you do lose that trade leverage. Once since he didn't go to a team last season, there's less time that he has on his contract, so therefore the offer goes down. I don't even think I would give him Jason Tatum. Like, Jason Tatum's only, 20, 21 years old? That means in a year, if they just wait one season and just go out there and, Kyrie walks away from the team. I guess you want to team up Kyrie, but even if Kyrie signs, man, you still just wait one season. Kyrie's not getting old. And then you just sign Anthony Davis if he really wants to play for the Boston Celtics. I thought that trade was absolutely ridiculously stupid. The next trade being listed here is or LeBron gets to play with Anthony Davis. So this trade being offered up to get Anthony Davis to the Lakers would be the New Orleans Pelicans would receive Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, 2019 first-round pick, and a 2020 first-round pick. Now, I don't remember what the offer was around the trade deadline, but I think it was pretty much that same package, maybe a few more draft picks on top of that. But once again, I guess it's a different scenario because Kyrie Irving is a bit younger than LeBron James is, so they have time to wait and stuff like that. They can wait it out and just kind of keep their guys. Where LeBron James being older, it's like, not only do you get Anthony Davis, but also the chemistry gets fixed because LeBron obviously does not mesh all that well with the young guys on the Lakers. I know he'll go out there and say that he's fine, but I guess this trade I would probably take over the Celtics one. No, I mean, if I'm the Pelicans, I'm taking the Celtics one, but I think this one makes more sense because LeBron gets Anthony Davis. They go out there, they sign a Kevin Durant or a Klay Thompson, or maybe even a Kyrie Irving, right? Maybe Kyrie Irving just decides to play them, and Anthony gets to play with both of them. So I guess that kind of makes sense. The next trade we have is Minnesota gives Karl-Anthony Towns a new point guard. So right now, they're kind of running it with Jeff Teague. I think he's got 1 year, $19 million left on his contract. That might be up now. That might actually be up now. Or you have, Derrick Rose was playing the point guard at times too for the team, and he played great, but there's no guarantee that they're going to pay for him. So this trade, the Minnesota Timberwolves, let me know if it's a W or an L. Minnesota Timberwolves received Mike Conley and CJ Miles. The Memphis Grizzlies, Rashid. I said Rashid. I got my Pistons stuff going on here. I'm actually rocking the Detroit Pistons 2019 NBA playoff shirt. It was on clearance, $10. Yeah, it was on clearance after game 2. It was on clearance after game 2, guys. So it's just that bad. But no, the Memphis Grizzlies would be receiving. I'm gonna butcher the name. I'm gonna butcher a lot of these names. Keita Bates-Diop, who I don't think has really played all that much for them. I think was he their rookie last season? Or Gorgui Dieng, who is like a good backup center. Biggest issue with him is that he has a bitch-ass contract. So that wouldn't, and then, they'd also take on the 1 year of Jeff Teague. Fine. But this is where it gets kind of interesting because if they were to trade Mike Conley to the Timberwolves, then that's kind of going out there to show that, the Grizzlies are in full-on rebuild mode. So they would also get a 2019 first-round pick, Miami's 2019 second-round pick, and a 2020 second-round pick. And they would be out of the contract of Mike Conley. But you still take on some money with these other guys, so it's not really saving a lot of money in the long run of things. It's just really getting the draft picks out of it. And then Mike Conley, playing with Karl-Anthony Towns. Combine that with Dario Saric and Robert Covington, Andrew Wiggins. It's not a bad team. Although Derrick Rose played so well this season that I don't think it's the point guard spot that's the big issue for the Timberwolves. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, Mike Conley gives them just a veteran presence out there, but I'm not, it's not like Derrick Rose was some immature player. So I don't know if this is the trade that really helps them all that much. Maybe it makes them a little bit better. I still don't think Mike Conley, Karl-Anthony Towns is getting to the playoffs. I just don't think that's happening. The next trade we have is Charlotte aims for Kemba to stay. So we have a trade that's going to appeal, hopefully, to Kemba Walker. Let's see if this one's a W or no. You guys let me know. This one's actually really interesting. The Charlotte Hornets received Drew Holiday. And the Pelicans would be getting Bismack Biyombo, Malik Monk, 2019 first round, 2020 first round, 2020 second round. So, they're giving up a young prospect, Malik Monk, giving up 2 first-round draft picks. I will say the 2021 does say top 12 protected, so you got that going for you at least. But, I mean, to get Drew Holiday, I do like Drew Holiday a lot. He averaged, I actually got a 2K open on my end here so I can look at all the stats. But, yeah, let me pull up Drew Holiday real quick here. What was he actually doing this season? He put up 21 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. Those are actually fantastic numbers. I didn't know he had the passing abilities like that. I didn't know he was passing like that. So, I mean, not a great time shooter, but him in the backcourt would be nice with Kemba Walker. At least, it would be fun to watch. It's just, I don't think, Malik Monk is that big of an issue. He's fine. Oh, they also got, what's this dude's name, man? Jeremy Lamb. He played nice one this season. He averaged 19 points per game or something like that? I don't know if it was 19 points, but I know he was scoring pretty nicely out there. The biggest issue with the Charlotte Hornets would not be the backcourt. It is their front court. Their front court is horrendous. They have all these guys that are just fine. Frank Kaminsky, he's fine, I guess. Cody Zeller, he's okay. It's you know what I'm saying? So that's not the issue, man. They need to go out there and they need. I wish they would have got Marc Gasol. I feel like Marc Gasol and Kemba Walker in the Eastern Conference could have been interesting. And then they could have done some of the trades in the offseason to maybe kind of fill in some of the other pieces out there. But we all know that didn't happen, man. Okay, so we have a 5th and final trade here that we're going to go through. Denver lands Nikola Jokic, a co-star. So we have a 3-team trade going down for this one. Yeah, is Mozgov, is he on the, what team is he on? Is he actually on the Hornets? I don't know. Bitch ass Mozgov's contract, that dude, I just don't know, man. He fell off completely. I'm just wasting money right there. But this trade, we have the Denver Nuggets receive Bradley Beal. Okay, him with Jokic. I could see it. The Phoenix Suns receive Jamal Murray, which Jamal Murray and Devin Booker in the backcourt. Yeah, defensively, not going to be amazing. Offensively, backcourt's going to do some business out there. I just don't really know why. I guess they got, what's his name? Monte Morris. I actually like him on Denver a lot. And then you have the Washington Wizards receiving Mikal Bridges, DeAnthony Melton, Mason Plumlee, Michael Porter Jr., Torrey Craig, 2020 first round pick, and a 2020 second round pick. So, Mikal Bridges, I think he could have a nice future with Washington. I look at the rest of the guys, Michael Porter Jr., that's a prospect. Torrey Craig, serviceable player. But yeah, it's pretty much the Wizards would be going into a rebuild mode, and that's just it, man. So I don't know. I feel like the Washington Wizards would want a bit more for Bradley Beal than that. And not to mention, you are completely gunning out the Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets are fine. Jamal Murray's a nice player. How do you not like Jamal Murray, right? So, I don't know. I feel like they're giving up a lot of their depth. They're giving up, Michael Porter, Torrey Craig, and Jamal Murray. And all they're getting back is Bradley Beal. I don't think Bradley Beal is that much more of a difference maker than all those guys combined together. So, yeah. All right, so what else we got going on here, man? Just checking things out. Shout out, man. We got 80 people watching the live stream right now. Keep in mind, if you miss anything at any point, it is all going to be uploaded directly to the channel. Okay. Next thing we're going to talk about, as I get this sorted out here. It's on my list. I got a whole list, guys. I got a whole list going on here. Really committed to this. The next thing we're going to talk about is we are going to talk some NBA playoffs. So, I don't know, you guys probably want to hear my opinions on just things that have been going on in the NBA as of late. And, we had a 4 overtime game, and just it really looks like the Bucks, Giannis is unstoppable against the Celtics. But yeah, we're going to talk about all these individually right here. So, tonight's game, we have the Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors. Bloodshot Harden going for it. It's a must-win game. I mean, even if the Houston Rockets win this game, I still can't say that they're going to win the championship. Not championship. I'm sorry, man. Even if Houston wins this game, I can't say that they beat the Golden State Warriors. I'm sorry. I misspoke there. Yeah. I mean, if they get past Golden State, then I would probably say Houston wins the championship, because just doing that by itself. But looking at this past game, too, we had Kevin Durant drop 29 points, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks. We're going to talk more about him later, guys, by the way. Klay Thompson, 21 points, 20 for Stephen Curry. Iguodala, man, Iguodala was the difference maker. Like, the fact that DeMarcus Cousins, just like your star center, I know he's not really playing like the star of the season, but still, I would say he's a star, just goes out and you can plug in a 97-year-old Iguodala, and he can do this for you. This is a lot about him as a player, but also just the system in general, man. The system of the Golden State Warriors, where you can just plug and play, and players are going to find success as long as they do their part out there. But yeah, so the thing that makes me nervous for the for the Rockets, is that they lost this game by 6 points. That was with Stephen Curry shooting 3 for 13 from 3, which is not going to be happening on the daily. Klay Thompson, 3 for 9. I mean, yeah, overall he shot pretty 8 for 18. It's nice. It's nice. But yeah, man, and just like, and that's the thing, like, you go beyond the starting 5. And Iguodala, it's like he's no longer part of the bench unit now because he's starting. The Rockets bench has to take over. Like, when this second unit's in the game, and no, they're not playing a lot of minutes. I mean, look at the minutes for this one, man. Like, they really want to get that 2-0 lead. So, but even like those few selective moments where you got damn Andrew Bogut in there, you got to be going hard. You got to be going way hard. Now, looking at the side of the Houston Rockets, I mean, I will say, I saw something. It said Draymond Green has not washed his hands in 15 years because he just completely infected James Harden's eyeball. Oh, it is bad, guys. I don't know if you saw pictures of it. It's bad. It's just solid red. Like, imagine you were going to be a demon for Halloween. You're like, you just want these bloodshot red eyes. You just want to scare everybody. You're trying to win that. That's what James Harden's eye essentially looks like right now, man. Like, he is no longer the beard. He is the eye. And it's bad. Like, he needs an eye patch or something. I don't know. It was bad. But he had 29 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 turnovers. He needs to be shooting about 40 times. He needs to go, like, quadruple overtime CJ McCollum with his shots, except do that in just one game. Like, he needs to shoot every single time. I'll say overall, like, yeah, the stat line is nice, but I think the Warriors overall have done pretty good against James Harden. And so much to the point where, he shot 19 times. But the rest of the team, like, nobody is really stepping up all that much. Chris Paul, 18.7 rebounds, 6 assists. Those are good point guard numbers. I like the all-around stat line. Eric Gordon, I mean, he's scoring Gordon. He's doing his thing with that. Clint Capella needs to be beaten up on the inside, man. He needs to be beating up on the inside. Like, seriously. Who is even running center? Is it Draymond Green running center? Little 5'7", 4'7" Draymond Green? No, he's like 6'7". But still, man. Yeah, he's definitely not 4'7". He's not Isaiah Thomas. But, I mean, they need to get the ball into Capella more. Like, I know this team's thing is shooting three-pointers. But guess what? Guess what we all knew going into this? We all knew that the Rockets were not going to outshoot the Golden State Warriors. That just was not going to happen. You got to use the big man presence. That is the one advantage you have, is the inside of Clint Capella. Just what it's got to be. You're not going to beat him at the Splash Brothers game, man. That's Curry and Clay's specialty out there. So I know that was your thing to get to this point, and that's fine. But I really think that shows to, like, D'Antoni just how much you need to be able to adjust as the coach. Like, you need to be able to adjust. And I feel like D'Antoni's always had that issue where he's always wanted to run and gun, going back to his Phoenix Suns days with Steve Nash. That same team, man. It's like there was times where they would just stick with the game plan and it didn't lead to success. So, Austin Rivers is nice, 24 minutes. I mean, you might argue, man, saying that he should be playing more out there than Eric Gordon right now. So, he played nice. He had a nice game out there. PJ Tucker making his threes. That's about all he does. Got his rebounds too. 10 rebounds is nice. And the rest of the team, whatever. Next up, let's go ahead and talk about last night's game. Guys, look at this. You will not believe this. Look what Jokic did in 1 minute. You guys see that? 1 minute. Jokic dropped 33 points, 18 rebounds, 14 assists, and I think the most impressive thing of all is the 8 turnovers. Can you imagine getting 8 turnovers in a minute? I mean, Russell Westbrook can, he knows how to do all that, but still, man, that's pretty much like a Russell Westbrook-esque, line right there, stat line. I'm just joking. We all know he played 53 minutes? I think it was the most by a Denver Nuggets player since, a long time ago. Like in the 50s, give or take. But yeah, this game was absolutely nuts. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't stay up for the whole thing, but just hearing from people on Twitter and stuff, I heard this game was pretty much insane. Like you look at the minutes played, it's glitching out 2K. Jamal Murray, 34 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. He was great. Jokic doing his thing. Will Barton. I mean, everybody shot well, too. Like, look at the high score. It was 140 to 137, man. Like, I mean, everybody was shooting well, too, which makes it so much more fun. Like, it wasn't just going out there and these teams playing great defense. It was a high-scoring, good old school Western Conference shootout. And those are fun, man. Now, you look at the side of the winning team, the Trailblazers. CJ McCollum played 60 minutes, guys. 60 minutes. Oh, no. Okay, it was 65. People are saying in the chat here for Jokic. Wow, dude. He probably lost. Can you imagine all the calories you would lose? I mean, I'll be out there shooting some hoops for 20 minutes, man. Huffing and puffing. Looking at my little fitness thing here, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. I'll be like, damn, dude, I lost 100 calories. And, playing 20 minutes of just shooting around. I can't, this man going to be slimming up pretty quick playing that many minutes out there. But yeah, props to Rodney Hood. I thought it was really funny because Rodney Hood and George Hill both went off. And I saw this thing about just LeBron James is at home kicking and screaming because Rodney Hood and George Hill playing great in the clutch. And we know that didn't happen. We know that did not happen. When he was on their team trying to make a championship run, right? But yeah, Enes Kanter apparently too dislocated his shoulder. And I guess he was just playing he was trying to wrap his arm up into his jersey like a sling almost. Just keep on going. And that's the type of heart out there that I love to see. I think after that game 3, just losing a game like that, I know it's only a 3-point game. And the Nuggets obviously are, I don't want to say just as good as the Portland Trail Blazers, but they're pretty equal. But I think just losing that one, how demoralizing that would be to play that long. Just be horrendous, man. And then you got down here, Seth Curry, 5 points. Al freaking Meal doing his thing. But yeah, man, interesting. Next up, we got the Boston Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks. And this one, I actually made a video about talking a bit about just how I think Kyrie Irving is kind of not great for the Boston Celtics and this team individually. I just feel like he's trying to be something he's not. And his play style in general just really negates some of the other talent on this team. So, I'm not going to talk too much about this game, guys. Go check out that video. It's titled, Kyrie Irving is trying to be LeBron James, over on the main channel and everything like that. So, yeah, I don't got too much to say about this one, except Giannis is unstoppable. And if people want to go out there and blame the bitch-ass referees, I'm sorry, guys. Nobody is going to listen to you. Because we all know the most saltiest thing people can do is blame the referees. That is the saltiest of the salts, man. That's I don't know. That's just, you just can't do it. You just can't go and blame the referees every single time, man. Because, especially, I know some Pacer fans were saying how the Celtics were all laughing because the Pacer fans were blaming the referees. Now they're going out there doing the same thing. So, let's get this straight. Giannis is being compared to Shaquille O'Neal. He is the modern-day Shaquille O'Neal. And that means dominating on the inside. The thing is, what's Giannis shooting this season from the free throw line? Let me check this out. 66%. Shaq got to that bitch-ass free throw line, man. He didn't shoot 66%. But, I mean, that's the difference. It's 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 not like this is a new thing with referees. Giannis is physically gifted. And he uses that to his advantage. He's attacking the basket and he's forcing the referees into tough decisions. And more times than not, if you're Ojale, who went out there and played some defense on Giannis, you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt. So, I'm sorry. Giannis is just physically gifted. He's playing to his strength. He's playing smart basketball, and that's what it is. And not to mention, George Hill dropped 21 points. I have not seen George Hill play this good since he was offered up for Kawhi Leonard in a trade back in the day, man. You remember that? Yeah. I know I do. All right, next up, let me take a sip of my water here real quick. Go to H2O, man. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water, guys. Chance is saying, is this live? I believe so. I don't think you're watching a video. I mean, you might now be watching a video if it's upload after. At this moment of me making it, yes, it is live. But here we go. Toronto, Philadelphia. Last game, Philadelphia won 116-95. We also got some more bad news too. Pascal, good news if you're a 76ers fan. What's going on, Smikes? How you doing, man? Thanks for tuning in, bro. We got Pascal Siakam, I believe, is doubtful, or he might be listed as out now for Game 4. I'm sorry, Pascal Siakam, what's he doing these playoffs, guys? Playing amazing. That's what? 23.7 rebounds, 3 assists per game. And then Kyle Lowry, playoff Lowry's back. 7 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists last game. Cool, and that's the worst part. It's like, it's not like that you lost this game because your superstar Kawhi Leonard didn't play good. It's just everybody else. Like, Kawhi dropping 33 points on very efficient numbers out there. And the team's still losing. So, Joel Embiid, when healthy, you could probably say, what would you guys, who's the better center, guys? Joel Embiid or Nikola Jokic? Or do you feel like there's a better center out there than both those guys? I'm just saying, man, when this guy's he only played 28 minutes, dude, man. Look at that. When he's out there playing this style of basketball, though, 76ers are dangerous. Like, they very well could. I think it's going to be Philadelphia and the Bucks in the Eastern Conference, and I have no idea who wins that series. Like, that's going to be an interesting one. Jimmy Butler getting the ball a lot more now. I feel like at times when Jimmy Butler went to this team, like, sometimes he would be overshadowed. But no, he needs to be your second scoring option at all times. At all times. Give it to Joel Embiid. If he's injured or whatever, that's fine, man. Give it to Jimmy Butler. He always needs to be second option. JJ Redick, do your thing off the screens. Tobias Harris. I feel like Tobias might be hurting his chances at a large-sized contract because he was playing like an all-star for the Clippers this season. And now these playoffs, like, not bad numbers. I love the rebound. The 10 rebounds, 5 assists, that's great. Shooting very efficiently out there, but just, like, not shooting as much because he's kind of falling out of the rotation. I don't want to say he's not falling out of the rotation, but the options rotation is what I like to call it, I guess. All right. So, there we go for the NBA playoffs right there. Give me your predictions, guys. Who's going to win tonight, Golden State or Houston? And by the time you're watching this, you'll already know. You'll already know. Unless, if you're watching it after it's upload and everything like that. All right. What do we have next on the list? Ooh, this one's getting good, guys. This one is getting good. We have... This one makes me want to throw up, actually, a little bit. Like, I think I might actually throw up talking about this one at one point. Kevin Durant is being compared to Michael Jordan. What? What? Seriously, I can't even, I don't even want to talk about this, man, but I had to do it. I had to do it, man. I don't even want to talk about the one at all. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Guys, give me 1 second, man. My freaking nose, bitch-ass allergies and stuff like that. Guys, give me 1 second, man. Let me go get a tissue real quick. 1 second, guys. Don't go away. I got a lot to say about this one. I don't want to be freaking blowing my nose in front of you guys. 1 second. I'll run. I probably should have had one downstairs. I also have like a rope right here. It's very dangerous. Could trip down my stairs. I'm coming. I'm so good at podcasting. I'm back. We'll just call this, we'll chalk this one up to a moment of silence for these idiotic statements that we are about to go through here. Before we get into the conversation, or should I say the statistical conversation, can I just say real quick here how stupid it is to say that Kevin Durant is anywhere in the vicinity of Michael Jordan? Anywhere, man. Like, he's not even in Chicago. He's not even in the damn United States, man. Like, this comparison, this bitch ass Durant, he's gonna freaking sit there on Pluto. He's on Pluto. Not even Pluto. He's in that bitch-ass wormhole that girl discovered a few weeks ago. Not even in this dimension. How the hell? And people want to go out there. They want to say, hey, Kevin Durant is having just this amazing playoff run. It's fantastic. This playoff run is just, man, he's really Michael Jordan-esque out there. You all want to know what happened when Michael Jordan replaced the Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors? 164-0. 2 straight seasons without losing. Straight up. And let me just give it to you as a comparison, okay? Now, me personally, I cannot relate to this because I'm not a good basketball player. But you in the chat, you might be a fantastic basketball player. Right? Let me know in the chat, guys. Are you a good basketball player? Are you decent? When you go and play some pickup games, if you play with the super team, the guys that are just really good out there, man, but you're still one of the better players, your numbers are going to skyrocket. Because you're playing with guys that know how to play the game. And I'm not saying Michael Jordan know how to play with those guys out there, right? But because Michael Jordan, his team's obviously so good. Scottie Pippen, top 50 player of all time. But I mean, Durant is playing with Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, and at times DeMarcus Cousins, despite DeMarcus on the team, hit or miss. I thought it was more of a miss than a hit. But I just like my brain right now is a wormhole. It's a snake hole, man, because oh my God. I'm trying to think why people would even make this comparison. And I'm going to read you some stats here, okay? NBA championships. Michael Jordan 6, Kevin Durant 2. Yes, I know. I don't like talking NBA championships before a player retires. Because ultimately speaking, we don't know how many championships Kevin Durant's going to end up with. He could end up with 6. He could. But the thing is that the 2 rings Kevin Durant has, nobody cares about them whatsoever. And that's the funniest thing is because, like, I believe Kevin Durant might have actually alluded to this himself, saying that, in 30 years from now, nobody's going to look at who I played with. They're going to look at my rings. Nope. That's not true. Durant, your 2-ring legacy is always going to be known as the guy that joined the super team. The super player that joined the super team. And that's what your legacy is. And I'm sorry, man. To even put him in the conversation of the GOAT of basketball is just completely stupid. Okay? Now, NBA seasons, Michael Jordan's at 15, Durant's at 12. So, he would need to win 4 championships in the next 3 seasons to tie what Michael Jordan did in his 15. Oh, no. Okay, we got King Alexis in the chat saying, stop it, Crispy. Championships are championships. That is not true. Are you telling you wait. You mean to tell me that Kevin Durant's Super Team Championship is comparable to Dirk Nowitzki? What he did when he took down the Miami Heat, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh in the first season? You want to compare those two? You think championships? Hell no, man. It's like the MVP award. The MVP award has no, it's always story driven, and each story is different. We got playoffs played, all-star games. Durant's at 10, Michael Jordan's at 14. We got season MVPs, Michael Jordan at 5, Kevin Durant at 1. Finals MVP, Michael Jordan at 6, Kevin Durant at 2. But even with that, man, it's like Kevin Durant's finals MVPs. It's like, yes, he's the best player on his team. But that's why he needs to go to a team where the other players around him are not so close. He needs to lead a group of guys to a finals. He needs to do a Dirk Nowitzki finals. If he does that, he will earn my respect. But until then, there is no way I'm comparing him to Michael Jordan whatsoever. What we got here for points per game? Michael Jordan averages about 30 points throughout his career. Durant, 27. Yeah, their scoring is great, man. Like Kevin Durant on the pull-up jumper. Kevin Durant really offensively anything. You can almost say, from a pure scoring standpoint, and a guy that's, I'm going to say 6'10". We all know Kevin Durant's closer to 7 foot. And just the way he's able to score the basketball, you could almost say Kevin Durant is the best natural scorer of all time. And I'm not talking about, like, having the most points and stuff like that. I'm just talking about in ways of scoring. I know for a long time people were saying like Melo was that guy, but now Durant's obviously better than Carmelo Anthony was in his prime. So I'll give him that. Kevin Durant's a great scorer. Rebounds, 7 per game for Kevin Durant, 6 for Michael Jordan. Assists. Kevin Durant's actually a pretty good playmaker now, guys. His playmaking's actually gotten a lot better in the years. His defense has been great too. I will give him that, man. But I just can't go out there and think about comparing Kevin Durant to Michael Jordan, because it's more than just because being the GOAT is more not just about what you do on the court, but what you do off the court, and just kind of your legacy leading up to the point. So I thought that was absolutely ridiculous. All right, next up, what are we going to talk about next here, guys? Let me bring out my list. You guys got any questions? We are going to do a Q&A section of this. Yeah, this one is, I guess we only got a few things to talk about here. This one's kind of like a low-key thing. And I don't got a cool little thing here, so I'm actually just going to bring it up on the screen. There's a website. It's not the greatest source out there, but it's called, like, The Inquisitor or something like that. And they just do, like, these outlandish rumors. Things that could happen, but it probably won't. Which oftentimes, for a lot of my, like, rebuilds and stuff like that, I will get some stuff in there just because I feel like it's interesting to look at. But no, they were actually talking about the Lakers going for Chris Middleton this offseason. How he would be, like, the perfect 2 guy to LeBron James. And I don't disagree. I was thinking about it, man, because Chris Middleton is probably not a max contract player, right? How much would you guys pay Chris Middleton? He definitely deserves more than $13 million. I would probably say, because for me, max contract, that's going to be going to the best player on the team, which of course would be LeBron James. I would probably say Chris Middleton, $20 million a season. Seems about right. We'll give him $1 million for each point per game he scores. Average 20 points for him in the playoffs right now. But yeah, Chris Middleton, because he could play he is 6'8", but he definitely could play that shooting guard spot. I think he's played it in the past. And you could still go for like a big name center or something like that. Or so they end up getting Anthony Davis. Because the issue with this is that if you do get a guy like Chris Middleton, then you run into the issue. It's like, okay, what happens with Brandon Ingram? Because LeBron's not playing power forward, it's just not great. And then if you have him at power forward, then I guess you're benching Kuzma, right? So I like the idea of Chris Middleton. Maybe it's like a plan B. Plan A being a guy like a Durant or a Kawhi Leonard or even a Kyrie Irving. But no, Chris Middleton would be a nice fit though, man. He's a great 3-point shooter. I believe against the Celtics, he is shooting the best 3-point percentage against them like ever, which is awesome, man. Can't believe he was once a Detroit Piston, by the way. So yeah, man, just a quick talk about him, man. Chris Middleton to the Lakers. I don't hate it. But yeah, we are about 38 minutes here into the podcast, so I don't got much more else to talk about lined up here. So I guess at this point, I'm going to open up some questions, guys. If you have any questions, let me know them in the chat. So we'll give it a second here for some to kind of go in here, and I'll answer anything, man. You want to talk NBA? And then after this, I actually am going to have a random question that I'm going to be answering. I'm going to be doing that for each podcast, just something non-basketball related that I thought would be interesting to talk about. So we got Chance saying that Middleton is trash. That is definitely not true. Nikki says I look like Dwayne Johnson. I don't know about that. We got KD is a GOAT, is not even, though he's not my favorite player. He's not, there's only one great. There's only one GOAT. Do the Blazers have a chance versus the Warriors if they advance? I love Damian Lillard, but if Enes Kanter's not doing well, no, they don't have a chance. Because Damian could like play his life out. And even if he's, scoring 40 points, Curry's not going to play bad. So he's going to negate that a little bit about what Damian can do out there. Same with CJ McCollum. Like, his scoring is going to have to be up to par with Kevin Durant for a 7-game series. And then we didn't even talk about, Klay Thompson and just the role players of the Trailblazers are fine. But it wouldn't happen, guys. I'm sorry to say, it wouldn't happen. We got Keshton Parker Oh, I'm sorry, Cashin. I kind of skipped over your thing there. Kind of scrolled. Okay, there we go. Do you think the Bulls will improve? Yeah, they're gonna get a nice lottery pick. What's it gonna be, like a top 5 pick in the draft, something like that? Top 3 pick maybe? Is it top 3 or top 5? I think it's top 5. I don't know. I mean, it's all based off the lottery and everything like that. But yeah, they'll be better. They'll be healthy. They got Otto Porter now, so having him just for an off season in the training camps will be nice. I do think they need to address their point guard situation. Wendell Carter will be back healthy, so should be fine, man. We have Austin saying MJ wouldn't score a single point on Kevin Durant. I'm not even going to address that one. Who's better right now, LeBron or Durant? Ooh, that is a good question. Well, I mean, LeBron's not playing right now. You know what? Let me, to answer that question, let's pull up some stats here real quick, guys. Who's better, LeBron James or Kevin Durant? Let's see what both guys did this season. So, keep in mind, LeBron was said to have a bad season. Like, this is considered a bad season for him, which was 27 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, and 1 steal per game. 51% field goal percentage. 3-point shot definitely down from years past. Free throws not looking good either. But regardless, those are still fantastic numbers. Meanwhile, you got Kevin Durant. He's averaging 34 in the playoffs. 26 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Based off those stat lines, even his 3-point shot was not great. 35%, like, that's fine, but it's not, like, amazing. I would probably say LeBron James is still better. And I'm not really saying that just to, like, be like a hater. But I would probably say LeBron James is still better. Like, if you could have one of these guys from one season, I think we're, for the most part, choosing LeBron. Now, I know people will probably disagree with me on that, but that's fine. That's fine. All right, we got some more questions. What team do you think will be the next dominant team? As in, favorite each year to win championship once the Warriors are past their prime? Ooh. Which team do I think will be, like, the next dynasty team? I mean, a lot of that comes down to, you know, where guys go in the offseason. You know, you got Durant and Zion and Kyrie going to the Knicks. Then I'd say the Knicks are that team. I think Giannis and the Bucks are that team. Oh, the 76ers, I mean, you got to look how young the 76ers are, guys. The 76ers are an extremely young team, so it's like they're going to be around for a while, like Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. Now, the thing about them, though, is eventually they are going to have to choose some of their players because they're not going to be able to pay all those guys. So, I like them a lot. Boston Celtics, assuming they keep their young guys out there. I really hope they don't give up everything to get Anthony Davis. It's just not going to do it. It's just not it, man. So, we have, what moves would you make if you were the Heat's GM? I heard talks about them being interested in Blake Griffin. Now, I don't know what exactly type of trade package they would have to do to get him. I know me, I would personally want a guy like a Josh Richardson back if they were to trade for Blake Griffin, but I don't know, man. I feel like with the Heat, probably their best course of action is to just kind of tank, and go for a big pick. So, yeah, I mean, like, they don't really have a team, unless they're able to go out there and sign a superstar, which is Miami. People love playing Miami and stuff like that. It'll be fine. But that's about all I got to say about the Miami Heat. It's just, it's just a whole bunch of pieces put together right now. And that's not going to win you a championship. So, it's going to be kind of the same situation as the Clippers, where the Clippers got to where they're at purely because of, like, effort. But once you hit the playoffs, that effort doesn't get you very far. But if they go out there and get Kawhi Leonard, that team is going to be a favorite to win the championship. So they just need to go out there and they need to choose either rebuild and tank for a top lottery pick, or they need to try to get a superstar, which is definitely possible for the Miami Heat to do. What is my ideal finals match this playoffs? I guess the one that I think would be the most fun to watch, probably Houston versus Milwaukee. Because all season, it's been like James Harden versus Giannis for the MVP award. It would be something different. It would be a battle of the teams where their offense is, okay, give the ball to our superstar, and the rest of everybody else is just shooters. And, like, James Harden and Giannis, they both dominate in such different ways. So that dynamic of watching that would be interesting. So yeah, I would probably say if I could see one matchup, I don't think it's going to happen, because obviously Houston's not going to get past Golden State. I don't think it's happening, at least. But no, Houston, Milwaukee would definitely be fun. What should the Cavs do? Um, Continue to tank. I mean, if they get Zion, like Zion's not going to save that team right away. If they get an Barrett, not going to save the team right away. Just continue tanking and continue to develop Colin Sexton. We have, if Tobias and Jimmy don't resign, what should the Sixers do? I think they get one of those guys back. I don't think they end up getting both back. But I mean, you look at the guys before that replaced Tobias and Jimmy, and that was Dario Saric and Robert Covington, and just role player guys like that would be fine for this team. I feel like that'd be okay. Like, maybe go out there and try to sign some of those type of players, and then maybe strengthen the bench a little bit, and that's fine, man. Just the fact that they have Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid will be good enough. Like, they will contend each season just because of that. So, and I really think for chemistry reasons, it might be better not to have all these, stars on this team, because the 76ers have quite a few egos on there, so I think that could be an issue. I mean, yeah, they were able to make it work, but we'll see how they do, long terms of these playoffs. All right, do we have any more questions? We're about 46 minutes into the live stream. We got Smike saying, should the Celtics consider not re-signing Kyrie? I don't think he is the best fit in Boston. Yeah, man, I just made a whole video about that yesterday, talking about that. Long story short, I feel like Kyrie is a great player, but I feel like with him on the team, the Celtics lack identity, and I feel like their best identity was last playoffs with Terry Rozier out there, because it was all guys that were playing to their strengths, but also playing together as a unit. And I think that wins basketball games. I feel like Kyrie just kind of, he takes away from some of the great things that the Celtics could be. We have Jonathan saying, please answer, what would you do if you were the GM of the Thunder? Man, that's a good one. They don't have a ton of money to spend. I feel like the issue with the Thunder is that they just lacked a consistent shooting guard. Like, if they were able to get like a Wayne Ellington type of player or a Wesley Matthews, I think that team wins. I feel like that team wins 60 games, man. Like, maybe strengthen the bench a little bit. I don't think they need Dennis Schroeder. Like, yeah, Schroeder was nice for them, but he's like $16 million a season. I think he could kind of be split off, and, you could just sign two nice role players for like $8 million a season. I think that would be a nice move to do. People like Steve Adams a lot, it seems like, but is he the best fit for this team? I mean, Russell Westbrook's a guy that likes to get to the basket. Maybe they're better off going for a guy that can space the floor at that center spot. Who knows, man? Open up lane for Russell. So, that's another thing, man. Who do I think will get Anthony Davis in the offseason? Oh, man. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he stays on the Pelicans for one more season. And not because he's going to want to stay there, but just because I think that team is going to ask for way too much, and teams are not going to be able to, like, they're not going to want to part with all the pieces that the Pelicans are going to want. Or they would be stupid. I guess I could see like a team maybe pulling a trigger at it. Maybe a team that was kind of like off the radar of getting Anthony Davis just to get him for a season and try something out, like try to convince him to stay there, kind of like, Kawhi Leonard on the Raptors. But still. We got King Alexa saying that the OKC Thunder should trade Roberson for Clarkson. I mean that'd be fine. I don't really know if they need like a shot creating guard like that. I feel like they need a guy that can probably play off ball a bit better. We got Mavericks should trade Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis. Changed my mind. No, they should not. No, they should not. Because there's no reason for them to do that. Like they just don't need to do that. Like he's a fan favorite already. Just let him stay there, man. Okay, we are coming up at about 50 minutes on the stream. Time for the random question of the day. I'm going to try to keep these around an hour long. Like, that's going to be like the goal going forwards. Maybe a little bit over, maybe a little bit under. But yeah, like an hour long is about where these are going to be at for me. But yes, man, our random question of the day is going to be this. You guys can let me know your answers in the comment section below. How would Crispy Flakes survive the zombie apocalypse, guys? I love the zombie apocalypse. I always thought it was an interesting idea. I feel like if something were to happen, like from the horror genre, I feel like a zombie apocalypse is probably the most realistic. Just because, like, I could see just like a rabies-esque infection going around. And that just takes over humans, and they just become, you know, man, like, I just want to kill other people, like, just, like, really, like, angry and stuff like that. But how would I survive the zombie apocalypse? So first we got to kind of give our scenario here. I'm gonna say it's gonna be like the Walking Dead zombies, where it's going to be, you know, the ones that are really dangerous in a pack, but overall they are kind of like, they are slowish. It's not gonna be the ones that are gonna be running at me, because if that happens, I'm dead in 2 seconds. And I feel like in this case, you know, if they're slower, you're able to kind of plan things out more. So here we go, man. Put yourself in the situation. News just goes off, you know, there's an infection going around, you know, zombies are taking over and stuff like that. What is the first thing I do? Well, what you need to do is you need to go and you need to either find a, what do they call, man? Like a pawn shop? Because a pawn shop's going to have a ton of great just tools out there, just random assortments of things that you could use to defend yourself in zombie apocalypse. But no, I'm going to be finding a middle-aged store, a place that sells, you know, chainmail and swords and all that stuff. Because a zombie gets you. You see all these zombies, man. They sneak up on you and then they just gnaw you. It seems to always catch you by surprise. So if you have the proper attire to protect yourself from that bite, that's like half the battle right there. So if you get, you know, just deck out and just full knight armor, get yourself like this, just, I don't know, I don't know if I really want a shield. Like a shield would be useful, but maybe just like a big ass two-handed sword, so you can just freaking just take off like, damn, 10 at a time, just slicing off heads and taking names. You know? So I'm decked out, I'm gonna be decked out in chainmail. So I'm all geared up. Now next, I'm gonna have my sword. I'm gonna have my sword, you know, my horses in the back, everything like that for transportation. So you can't rely on cars. I mean, yeah, horses can be dangerous, but the good thing about that, man, is that if your car breaks down, you're already screwed. Now, if your horse breaks down, it's also an insurance policy. Because they are going to start eating the horse, and then you just run away. I'm going to team up with 2 fat people. Once again, you know, don't get too attached. But 2 fat people. Once again, good insurance. You know, although they're going to require a lot of food, so not too fat where they're going to eat everything. But fat enough where it's like if they don't eat, they're going to lose some weight. Because, you know, just keto kicking in, stuff like that. Ketosis. But still, like, they're going to be fat enough where they're not going to be faster than you. So, you know, if the zombie comes and they trip and fall, it's like, you know, another insurance policy out there. Next up, I'm probably hitting up a hunting store of some sort. Because, yes, I have a sword, but you don't want to limit yourself just to melee. So I'm going to go out there. As far as a weapon goes, you know, I don't really feel the need to have, like, a big, huge assault rifle. I feel like just some sort of basic pistol would be fine. You know, something with a little kick to it. That's nice. So we got that all sorted out. Once you got your defense set, you can now go out there and scavenge. Because if I go out these houses and there's zombies out there, man, it says boom, 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 sword, slice, shield bash. Okay, I guess I'm eating whatever canned goods are in there tonight, man. So you're gonna go for the canned goods. Avoid the grocery stores, man. Go to like a dollar store. Nobody's going to the damn dollar store during the zombie apocalypse, and you can really pick up some stuff there. So that'd be nice. As far as shelter goes, you know, my first thought would be like to find an island, but you would need a really big boat because I'm going to be loading up this boat just filled with canned goods and stuff like that. So I need to find a big enough boat, which could be an issue right there. But once you actually get to that island, you know, if you have proper fishing gear, you can always just go fishing. That'd be fine. So, yeah, and you really separate yourself from the zombies. I feel like that'd be nice. You know, you wouldn't want to be on like a rooftop or nothing like that because you're exposed to the natures of the world. You don't want to go anywhere like a prison. We saw how that worked out on The Walking Dead. Is not great. I think it's good, man. Maybe a sniper rifle too. I'm gonna give myself a big ass sniper rifle. Like that's gonna be because then I'll be on the island. If I see like a boat out there, it's like pew, and then I just go out there and I raid the boat. I'm gonna be part super soldier, part knight, and part pirate, and part crispy flakes. You cannot lose your identity, man. I like it. That's how I would survive the zombie apocalypse. I think I would make it quite a long time out there, man, because I really don't hang around with people anyways. So, as far as just getting lonely and stuff like that, whatever, be a castaway, just hang out by myself. But yeah, guys, So we are coming up here in about 55 minutes on this. Hope you guys all enjoyed this. Like I said, this was just kind of something I really wanted to do. I want to start doing like this maybe like once, twice a week. If you guys ever have stories you want me to cover, send them to me on Twitter at CrispyFlakes2K. But yeah, this is definitely a lot of fun. So the full version of this is going to be up on the main channel, so you guys can check it out there. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to my channel, and peace out, my friends.